Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 7th grade concept of inequalities on a number line. This is standard 7.10b in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 24, which is a new item type called inline choice off the Redesign Practice Online STAAR test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. All right, so we actually need to do two things. First, we need to represent the solution to this inequality. Then we've got to put it on a number line. And you notice we've got three different missing parts of these sentences. And so you need to pick one for each. So let's say I tried to answer this question with just the first two answered. It is going to pop up as an error message of you did not solve everything. So make sure you do all three. It's a 2-point problem. So if you get all three correct, you get both points. If you get only 2 out of 3 correct, you get 1 point. 0 points if you get 1 or none correct. So let's first make sure we can solve this inequality. So that's what we need to do first. So 12 minus 4x is less than negative 20. All right, so we need to isolate this variable. So we need to look at our order of operations. We need to do it in reverse order. So please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Right, so we're going to go from the bottom up. So the weakest that we can get rid of first are going to be your addition and subtraction, right? So we've got this plus 12 right here. And it doesn't say plus, but if it doesn't have a negative, it's automatically assumed to be a positive 12. So that positive 12, that plus 12, is the weakest. So we're going to do the opposite. We're going to subtract 12. So plus 12 minus 12 is going to get rid of that. But in order to keep a balanced equation, we need to subtract 12 from that side as well. So what we're going to end up doing is minus 4x is less than negative 12 minus 20, that's negative 32. All right, so now we have that 4 times x, negative 4 times x, so that's this multiply and divide. So the inverse operation multiply is that divide, just like the inverse of addition was subtraction. And so we're going to divide. I want to get that x by itself, so we're going to divide by negative 4. So negative 4 divided by negative 4, that's just going to make 1. So we're going to get that negative 32 divided by 4. Now, something magical happens. When you multiply or divide by a negative, watch this. The x does become by itself. But when you multiply or divide by a negative, you actually flip the inequality. And then negative 32 divided by negative 4, 2 negatives make a positive, so it's 8. So all of that work looks like x is greater than 8. Now, let's just verify. Let's do a little substitution. I'm going to pick something that's greater than 8. So 12 minus 4, let's just do 10, is less than negative 20. Let's make sure this works. All right, so 12 minus 40 is less than negative 20. So 12 minus 40, right, that's going to be negative 28 is less than negative 20. So that works because negative 28 is farther to the left. What happens if I do something that's less than 8? Let's do 0. So 12 minus 4 times 0. 0 is always easy if you can use it just because it cancels stuff out. Negative 20. So that's gone. So it's just 12 is less than negative 20. Yeah, that doesn't work. All right, so this does look like a good solution, step 1. Now, how do we graph it? Well, x is going to be greater than negative 8. It's not greater than or equal to, so we're going to put an open circle right there on 8. We're only going to put a closed circle if for some reason you had greater than or equal to, then it would be closed, but you don't. So we've got a greater than, and we need to move an arrow going any number greater than 8 is going to work, so it's going to move to the right. So the end point of the ray should be, and let's see what we did here. We made it open, not closed or solid. We placed it right there at 8, positive 8, and then the ray should point to your options are left and right. So we had it right there at 8, it was open, and it moved to the right. That is your answer.